that needs to be considered. It actually saves $4.5 trillion, including half $1 trillion, $500 billion, just in interest savings as a result of the bill that they put together. And hopefully they'll be able to execute on getting it across the finish line there. But when that happens, it should, as the leader pointed out, for anything to get signed into law, there's going to have to be an agreement between the House leadership, between the Speaker and the President. And the President has not met with the Speaker now for 83 days. That was the last time they had to sit down in the White House, was 83 days ago. And so I hope that the Biden administration will decide to engage with the House Republican leadership in a way that not only deals with the debt limit itself, but also with spending reforms, hopefully that address the fundamental issue of spending and debt. One of the issues that is coming out of this House plan is permitting reform. And as I think everyone knows, energy costs have increased dramatically under the Biden administration. Energy costs are up 36%. So if there is an issue that's crying out for attention, it's the issue of energy. And permitting reform is key to that, because right now it takes 4.5 years on average to get an environmental impact statement across the finish line. So we need permitting reform if we're going to have an all-of-the-above energy strategy for our country and for our economy, which of course is not just an economic issue, an energy issue, it's a national security issue, and I think we all know that. Unfortunately, Leader Schumer has said that the House package is dead on arrival, and I think that's a huge mistake. I hope that Democrats here in Washington and in the Senate, if the House can move on this, will be willing to sit down and talk about some of the things that we can do together that would make America less dependent upon foreign sources of energy and deal with that high cost of energy that is affecting the pocketbooks of everyday Americans. And we had a couple people here, Senator Capito, Senator Barrasso, who are doing a great job on that issue, in the lead on that, and I'm hoping that they'll have some partners that will enable us to get something done on that very important.
Greetings, friends. I have important news for all seniors. Congressional lawmakers are now eyeing a new idea that will help improve Social Security. This comes as millions of retirees and seniors face drastic benefit cuts. But the deadline to pass new legislation is coming up soon. And if the bill is not passed in time, you may see your benefit cuts by a big amount. My dearest friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video, especially if you are a Social Security recipient. Also, in just a few days, this coming Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Social Security's trust funds have a new projected depletion date that is about a decade away. Today, Senate Republican Bill Cassidy revealed that he's working on a bipartisan big idea to address the program's 75-year shortfall. Senator Cassidy stated that the idea calls for creating an investment fund separate from Social Security and allowing the investment to earn returns over a period of 70 years. Senator Cassidy stated the proposal would repair a key failing of Social Security's current strategy, which keeps all of the trust funds in either treasuries or cash. The treasury yields anywhere from 1% to 3% at a time, when inflation has been up to 7%. By allowing the program to invest its funds in the market, which historically has provided more than 8% returns, that could address 75% of the 75-year shortfall. Senator Cassidy is working with independent Senator Angus King, who caucuses with Democrats, to craft a bipartisan solution to fix the problem. While the lawmakers have identified the creation of a fund as a key way to address the program's solvency, the plan is still a work in progress, with room for participation from other leaders on both sides of the aisle. The idea for investing Social Security's funds in the market is inspired by private pension funds, which already buy securities outside of treasuries. According to Senator Bill Cassidy, to be sure, the plan would need to include a backstop if the program does not get the yield it needs from the markets. It would also need to make it so the government would not be able to influence the private markets. Social Security's combined trust funds will only be able to pay full benefits until the year 2034, and this is according to recent projections from the Social Security Board of Trustees. And if no changes are made by that time, just 80% of benefits will be payable. The projected reserve depletion date has been quite stable over the past 12 trustees' reports. But while the projections have been in the same range from 2033 to 2035, the depletion date is getting closer. While Senator Cassidy's proposal aims to solve 75% of Social Security's funding shortfall, that still leaves 25% to be resolved. While that remains open to negotiation, there are a couple of changes that Senator Cassidy vowed lawmakers will not do, which is raise taxes on seniors or increase the retirement age for seniors. Now, the House vote on the GOP debt limit plan will be a test of Speaker Kevin McCarthy's political strength and President Biden's leadership. Getting a fractured caucus to 218 votes is a big swing for Kevin McCarthy. The GOP debt limit plan is expected to pass the House and get nowhere in the Democratic-led Senate. But Kevin McCarthy hopes it leads to another sit-down at the White House and breaks a negotiating stall with President Biden. The debt limit is a government's ability to borrow money to cover obligations it has already promised to pay. Federal spending refers to the government's annual budget that is negotiated every year. And if lawmakers do not raise the debt limit, the federal government could run out of money to pay its bills in early June. Though it's up to lawmakers to raise a debt limit, House Republicans are blaming Biden for risking default. Meanwhile, the House has 15 days left in the session before early June, which is when three financial firms and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen predict the government could run out of money to pay its bills. If those projections are true, and Republicans do not lift the debt limit during the 15 days they are in session between now and then, a default will impact all Americans. It may mean higher home and auto loan rates and credit card payments, and it could stop payments on government programs like Social Security and Medicare. Bondholders would also not be paid what they are owed on time. So, dearest friends, what are your thoughts on what's going on in our government? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you, dearest friends, for being part of this community and for joining me here. I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways.